July last year, Kenya's flag was hoisted even higher after the country successfully hosted the World Youth Championships.
It's the stadium known as the home of heroes.
The junior athletics team outrunning its opponents to clinch the top spot globally.
Who came into this race as favourite?
But that national pride has been blotted by allegations of massive corruption and misappropriation of funds allocated to the sports ministry to host the event. Auditor General Edward Ouko in his report indicating that up to 1.7 billion shillings could not be accounted for. This is nearly a half of the funds allocated to host the event held at Kasarani Sports Stadium in July last year. The Public Accounts Committee summoning Principal Secretary Kirimi Kaberia for a session on Monday to shed light on the audit queries.
We deal with the accounting officer who is in office presently. Because once you are in office as an accounting officer, you obviously is responsible. You are responsible for the affairs of the State Department, including those issues that might have happened prior to your coming into office.
But Kaberia was not in office when the said loss of funds occurred. Richard Ekai Titus was the principal secretary, with Dr. Hassan Wario in charge of the sports and culture docket. Wario landed an envoy job in Austria after his exit from the cabinet. Wario and Ekai will also be grilled by the House Watchdog Committee.
If there is a need for us to invite the accounting officer who was in office when these expenditures were incurred, then we shall do so.
Also on the spot is the local organizing committee, headed by Mwangi Muthe, that managed the championships. The Department of Sports handled 1.7 billion shillings, with Sports Kenya and Kenyatta University allocated 1.1 billion shillings and 689 million shillings respectively to host the event.
Any person who is associated, however remotely, with questionable expenditure of public funds is going to be asked to come before us to explain their story.
Part of the procurement and accounting anomalies detected by the Auditor General include lack of documentation to prove expenditure, pending bills of up to 138 million shillings, and direct procurement of goods and services to a tune of 350 million shillings. There is also unsupported expenditure of 204 million shillings that the Sports Ministry Tobras has to explain. For example, the Auditor General says Pewin Cabs was paid 66 million shillings for taxi services, which was 23.8 million shillings above the market rate. Another 67.5 million shillings paid to Patel Studio for media agency services, 70.5 million shillings to Inter-Management Group for sports marketing, and 16.8 million shillings paid to Bonfide Group for clearing and forwarding services are also listed as questionable transactions. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV.